So today I wanted to share my story, becoming extremely sensitive to energies and stuff. And I think it's no secret. If you've been following me for a long time, I think you understand that I am a super sensitive individual that kind of overreacts a lot to a lot of things. And a lot of that's due to, just practicing energy work, doing a lot of meditations and really not taking care of my mental state very well. Yeah, so let me explain. So, and this is all based on my experience and what I've been told by really wise masters that understand energy work and what's kind of been going on with me and things like that. So, this is just what I've been told by people that are far more wiser than me. So, basically, from my direct experience, when you do energy work, you become super sensitive to everything. So when you become extremely sensitive to energy, you know, it's just you become sensitive to people's words and their presence and their moods and things like that, and you just become a highly sensitive, overreacting individual in general. And that's kind of what happened to me. So, and especially when you have a lot of trauma and negative conditioning and programming from the past, yeah, it just gets worse, especially when I like to say that meditation is an amplifier, and energy work is truly an amplifier. And, I've mainly done meditation. I kept it very simple. And, yeah, I became probably a lot more psychic than most people. And, you just start to understand, what people are thinking. You understand people's moods and stuff. And, I became highly, moody all the time and stuff. And yeah, when people bash or get angry at you, you know what I mean? Like before I did it, prior to doing energy work, and it was like, oh, whatever, I can just kind of brush it off. But after I started doing energy work, it's kind of like you almost feel like you're getting hit with a baseball bat or something, And that's what happens to a lot of people. A lot of people that practice energy work, they up hide in the mountains or something. They become hermits, they become monks, and try to stay away from civilization and stuff. And they just can't cope with reality. That's why they want to escape this reality as much as they possibly can. And that's what happens to a lot of people. I don't really care about escaping reality and things like that because I have so much insecurities and baggage from my past. For me, energy work made me want to become a stronger individual. When I say stronger, like I want it to become like a tough guy. Like I want it to become like like a very masculine individual. And that's kind of what energy work led me to do, because energy work brought out this tremendous insecurity that I have as a man, and because I was a weak person, as a child. Like I was very bad at sports, and I got bullied a lot, I got picked on a lot. I've talked about my childhood briefly, but I think a lot of you don't know that I was born in Japan, and I was an American living in Japan. So because I was the only American and I didn't really, understand the Japanese culture well, I got picked on a lot, and I mean a lot. And I had no friends practically. And my mother wasn't supportive. She instilled a lot of negative programming in me, saying you're never going to be good at anything, you're never going to be good at sports and stuff like that. And I wanted to be good at sports. I didn't care about academics. And Japan is extremely strict, and they're very academically driven as a culture. So yeah, it just kind of messed me up a lot as a child. And when I left Japan and came to America, I was a very socially awkward person because I didn't understand, because I didn't live in America for so long. I didn't really, understand American culture that well. So I was kind of a loner too, even though I had a lot of friends. Like I never really had like true friends. And because I was away from my parents, I struggled a lot. And so, I struggled a lot throughout my life. I've only known struggle. And really a lot of it's my fault, you know. But I'm not sure what I was in my past life and things like that. If you want to go even deeper, but if I have to guess, I was probably not a very good person. Probably am dealing with a lot of karma in this lifetime. But I gotta change that, like no matter, my past doesn't matter. I just have to, stay strong and change it. And that's what I gotta do. So back to the sensitivities to energies. Yeah, that becoming super sensitive to energies real. From my direct experience, some people just say, hey, like I do energy work, my life is great, and I live in abundance, and joy, and just life is amazing. Good for you, but I've met tons of people, who've kind of ruined their lives doing energy work too. I've seen people that lost their lives. I've seen people that go insane. I've seen people that became alcoholics. I've seen people that became drug addicts. I've seen people that became cigarette addicts. I've seen like all sorts of crazy stuff. I've seen people that became highly depressed, and I've seen people that want to take their lives. I've seen people that want to like, just escape reality and become a hermit. And yeah, like energy work sometimes can be, you know, not the most pleasant experience in the world, but overall I think it is a good thing because it's going to bring out, it's an amplifier. And like, kind of like psychedelics, it's like pretty much the same thing. Psychedelics, when you're in a bad state of mind, you can have a really bad trip, right? So it's meditation, energy work, same thing. It's all the same thing, really. Yeah, you can either have a good experience, you can have a bad experience. And moral of the story is you should probably choose to have a pleasant experience. I mean, if you're gonna do energy work, why not have a pleasant experience, right? I mean, so yeah. So don't try to focus on the negative. I mean, this is just a life lesson in and of itself. Don't focus on the negative. Don't dwell on the negative. Forget the past. Just only think about the future. Whatever you want to do in life, just you can manifest it. If you spend enough time in meditation, like you'll start to visualize, your ability to visualize things just becomes stronger, and it amplifies, and your manifesting abilities just become stronger. From my direct experience, like everybody's experiences are different, of course, and I'm not saying my theory is correct, but that's been my experience. And so yeah, just stay positive. If you stay positive, you work hard, good things will happen. So I've no doubt about it. So yeah, hopefully this video is helpful.